today I'm here to start with a very new topic, that is the sentence. This is basically sentence. What is a sentence? Okay, sentence is a group of words. That is known as sentence. Like when a group of words they combine together, they make a sentence. For example, we have Tom and Jerry. So this is the first one. The second one is the crying boy. Okay, the third one can be heavy rain. Now if I look close to them, what I find that these are all the group of words. Okay, they are all just a group of words. They are not a complete sentence, they are incomplete things. Okay, so from here what do we understand? We understand that there are two rules to write down a sentence. There are two rules to write down a sentence. The first one is that a sentence must always begin with a capital letter. So whenever you write a sentence, you need to keep this thing in mind, that it should always begin with a capital letter. That's the first rule of writing a sentence. Alright, and the second rule is that a sentence should end with, what should it end with now? It should end with either a full stop, or you can even we call this full stop a period. We say period in foreign countries, not in India, but overall we say it full stop, or it can be called as a period, or it should be ending with an exclamation mark, or a question mark. It's your wish, or it's the sentence wish, like how it wants to end it. We'll be discussing about the exclamation mark and the question mark, the full stop in brief right now, and then we'll be discussing about it in full detail later on. Okay, so these are the two rules that you need to keep in mind while writing a sentence. That is, the first one, it should be a capital letter, beginning should be a capital letter end of the word, and the second one is that it should end with a full stop, exclamation mark, and a question mark. Okay, now when I look towards these three sentences, actually they're not sentences, when I look towards these three lines, I see that these are just a group of words, right? So in order to complete them, let's now try to complete these sentences. What will I write? I'll say Tom and Jerry. It's just a group of words. It says one is Tom, two Anne, and three is Jerry. So let's complete the sentence. It says Tom and Jerry are playing. So you see, when I write this, I put a full stop at the end or a period at the end. So we say Tom and Jerry are playing. That means this becomes a complete sentence. Now what were the rules? Let's see, are they being obeyed in the sentence or not? The first one was the first letter must be capital. So see, Tom, it's the first word, first letter, that's capital, it's T. And the second rule was that it should end with a period, a full stop, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. So see, we did that. We started it with a capital letter and we ended it with a full stop here. Second one, the crying boy. Now, this is not a complete sentence, the crying boy. It's just a phrase. It's just a simple group of words. So when you want to make it a sentence, what do you say? We say the crying boy was sitting on the desk. So we can say this. Again, the rule is being obeyed. The T-H-E, the. It means T is capital. Why? Because we are writing a sentence and it's ending with a full stop here. That means the crying boy was sitting on a desk. These are even the group of words that we combined to add a meaning to the sentence. So you should know that a sentence is always a meaningful one. It's without meaning, it's incomplete. It's not a sentence. Okay? And when we talk about heavy rain, like it's written heavy rain, This is even a group of two words, heavy and rain. So let's combine these two. So what can we write? We can say that it rained heavily. It rained heavily yesterday. Can we say that? Yeah. So now, did you get the two rules? The first one was it should begin with a capital letter, revising it. The second one is that it should end with a full stop, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. And for your more knowledge, the full stop is also known as a period. Okay? And now, let's do some more examples on writing a simple sentence. How do we write it in a simple form? So let's just do it quickly. Okay, now the next sentence the first sentence, for example, it can be like the child was smiling. Now, see, I put a full stop at the end and I have begun it with a capital letter, that is the T. That means what? The child was smiling. So what does it mean? That's a complete sentence. It's adding a meaning to the words. The group of words that have been added in the sentence are adding a meaning to it. Hence, it becomes a complete sentence. Okay. The second one can be, what can it be now? It can be our cricket team. Our cricket team won the match. So you see, again the same thing. It's starting with O, that's capital, and it's ending with a period or a full stop at the end. Rules are being obeyed. So we say that the sentence is complete and it's adding a meaning. The words are adding meaning to it. Hence, it's a complete sentence. Okay. The third one can be, my father loves me a lot. So again, see, this is a meaningful sentence. What does it mean? It means my father loves me a lot. It means I'm loved by my father very much. The fourth sentence, for example, it can be, apples and oranges are my favorite. So see again, it starts with apples and the A is capital, and oranges are my favorite ends with a full stop, and hence we are done with the sentence. These are the sentences that ended with a full stop and even added a meaning. And we also learned that there are just two rules that each of the sentence here is obeying. You can even do this more, and you can even ask me about it in the comments. Okay? And now let's do some sentences that are ending with a question mark. So let's do some of them. Even let me tell you one thing. What does the word question mark means? Question mark sentences, we say, actually this means the sentences that ask you a question. Okay? It can be any question, it can be any type, it can be anything. Okay? Like for example, it's basically, who is standing behind you? And it ends with a question mark. This is a complete sentence, but it's a question, no doubt. Why is it a complete sentence, we say? Because it starts with the W, that's capital, and ends with a question mark at the end. So obeying the two rules that we discussed earlier. Okay. Second one can be, what is your name? Again, the same thing, ending with a question mark, so that's a question mark sentence. Okay. And it can be, would you like to have some tea? And this is a question, so I'm putting a question mark at the end. That would you like to have some tea when some guest comes, or you want to ask your mom, do you like to have some tea? So that's a question. You're asking it in the form of question. You're interrogating it. That is where it will be a question mark at the end. Okay. What for other examples? It can be, whom were you talking to? That's a question mark. Whom were you talking to? Or it can be whom were you talking to about me? Like you were asking a person that you were talking about me to somebody. So can you tell me who was that person? So you're asking like whom were you talking to about me? Same way, it's the question mark that completes the sentence here, and it's the first letter that's capital. Okay, or it can be, it's not only the W words, it can be even how much do the apples weigh? Like what's the weight of the apple? So we say that starting with H, that's capital, and it's the question mark at the end. Okay, so these are all the examples of the question mark sentences. You can do many more of them. Even I'll send you some practice works like this. If you want to get some more knowledge, then you need to subscribe. Alright, now we have the exclamation sentences. Exclamation sentences are the ones, exclamation. Okay, exclamation means you're exclaiming something. That means they end with an exclamation mark. It's like this. It's a straight one, and here's a full stop. So it becomes the exclamation mark. And you need to remember where are these types of sentences used. It's the place like these are the sentences, or this is the mark that is used at the end of the sentence to express or show a sudden feeling, or it can be a sudden feeling or a strong emotion. Strong emotion. That's where the exclamation mark or the exclamation sentences are used. For example, it can be what a beautiful view. This means that you're very much impressed by the view, by the beauty of the view, and you're like, what a beautiful view it is. Okay, so that's an exclamation mark at the end. That's telling us about a sudden feeling or a strong emotion. Okay, and the second example can be, it can be how pretty she is. How pretty can be how pretty she looks. That means she's so pretty. You're just surprised by her prettiness. You're just surprised by her beauty. So you say how pretty she looks. Okay. The third one, it can be anything, like you can say what a beautiful view. That's already done. So we can say anything like what a great shot. What a great shot. Like your friend hit a ball or he played an amazing match and you were like, what a great shot was it. So you're just surprised by that. So that's your strong emotion, or you can say the sudden feeling that comes out when the match was played very well. So you will say, what a great shot that we did. Okay, so here are a group of words. There are 4 sentences basically. So these are a group of words. They are not the complete sentences. Like they are to be changed into a meaningful. These are a group of words. They do not make any sense. Like father travels my daughter. That does not make any sense. But this is our duty. The question given to us is rearrange. That means we are going to rearrange all of them to make a meaningful sentence, a complete sentence. Okay, so the first one is father travels my lot. So remember the first rule. What is the first rule of writing a sentence? That is, the first letter should be capital. So what it will be? It will be my, and capital, my father travels a lot. with a full stop at the end. So can you tell me why? It is because M is capital. So M is already capital. Now the F of the father won't be capital. Why? Because it's not the first word of the sentence. Okay, it's always like that. And the second rule is also being obeyed with the period or the full stop at the end. Second sentence is, house there are mice in the. So you can even write it in your notebook. It can be there are mice in the house. See, the two rules are being obeyed. T is capital and there is a full stop at the end. Let's try the third one out. Third one is, Park runs puppy in the. That means the puppy runs in the park. And this one now, beautiful looks the rainbow. This is going to be your homework. You are going to write it down yourself, and after that you're going to give me the answers in the comment section, and then I'll tell you whether it's right or wrong. So you need to remember this. You can take a screenshot. It's beautiful looks the rainbow. So that's it for today.